Welcome back to Small Talk, small conversations with huge impact. Now exclusively on Spotify, powered by Anchor. And welcome back to day 2 of our daily podcast. If you guys are new here, we're doing this daily. I'm putting out episodes on a daily basis for daily motivation, daily inspiration, daily insights, daily knowledge, and daily wisdom. And I'm just so excited because I'm just looking at the end of this, how much can we actually grow from this, right? And so if you are listening to this show for the first time, then welcome to the show. I'm happy to meet you. My name is Alec, and I'm the host of this podcast. If you are an avid listener of the podcast, then welcome back. Thank you so much for still choosing to be here. Thank you so much for still committing to your growth, to your excellence, and to just being there and learning and absorbing and taking whatever you can to make sure that you grow and expand so that you can make better decisions for yourself and for the people around you. And so we do this daily podcasting as a way to remind you of certain things that you may have forgotten. Okay? Or maybe these are reminders that you need to tell yourself as you are going through life, because honestly, we're humans and we forget things. We tend to forget things. And so it is just natural for us to have these reminders so that we can realign ourselves. And maybe one thing that I want to remind you guys is, before I share with you our main topic, I'll remind you guys is that we're all a work in progress, and that's okay. We're all a work in progress, and wherever we are in our lives, it's exactly where we need to be, as I said in my previous episode. So understand, if you are a work in progress, that's completely fine. If you're starting from scratch, if you're starting from experience, that's totally fine. But what's important is you're starting. May it be starting all over again. May it be starting for the nth time, for the fifth, for the sixth time. That's okay. You're a work in progress, and that's beautiful. Okay? So now, today, I want to remind you of maybe one quote that I still bring every single day in my life, and this has truly helped me, number one, make me remain humble, and number two, make me motivated and inspired to keep on going despite all the challenges. And this quote is made famous by, I think it was a story. I really, there's a huge story right now, and I know some of you guys already know the story, but I still want to share it with you. And the story basically goes, there was a Chinese farmer who had gotten a horse as a gift. So there was this Chinese farmer who had gotten a horse as a gift, and as he brought the horse, his neighbors told him, "Wow, you have a great horse. That's a good gift. That must be lucky for you. You must be so lucky." Right? And the Chinese farmer said, "Bad thing, good thing, who knows?" Right? And so one day the horse ran away. And then now the neighbors told the Chinese farmer, "Oh, that's sad. How unlucky." Right? And the Chinese farmer said, "Good thing, bad thing, who knows?" And then after a few days later, the horse came back and brought 3 more horses. He invited his friends, and the horse came back with 3 more horses. And the neighbors then said, "Wow, you must be so lucky." And again, the Chinese farmer said, "Bad thing, good thing, who knows?" And then his son, decided to train one of those horses. And as the son was training one of the horses, he fell from one of the horses and then he got injured. And then the neighbor started telling him, "Oh, how unlucky you are." And then he said, "Bad thing, good thing, who knows?" And then the next day, the military came in and started to knock on each family and ask that one of or all of their children would be enlisted to the army. But the Chinese farmer said, "My son is injured. I don't know if he's going to be a good use for the military." And so the army said, "Okay, we won't need him. He can stay." And so the neighbors started saying, "How lucky you are." And he said, "Good thing, bad thing, who knows?" And so this story is a true example of how the Stoics also live. The Stoic is, the Stoicism is one philosophy that I always study, I always mimic as well. And basically, they are, reminding people that everything in this world is temporary. The struggles, the pain, the hurt, it's temporary. But also the joy, the laughter, the happiness, it's also temporary. And so it is our main duty to detach from all of those things and know that everything in this world is temporary. And so one quote that I always remind myself, and I also want to remind you guys, is that this too shall pass. So whenever you are at your highest state, remind yourself, this too shall pass. If you are in your lowest state, remind yourself that this too shall pass. And surprisingly, life has always worked that way. Just remember, all of the moments that you thought you could never go through, you were able to go through them without really knowing how you could go through them. But just because you've given them time, it passed away. It passed. Just because you just kept moving forward, you moved on, it passed. So if all of the problems that you had before passed, what makes you think that all of the problems that's coming won't? Every single thing is given to you for a reason. And you won't be given a certain amount of pain, struggle, obstacle if you don't have the capacity to deal with it. So always remember that everything is just like your thoughts. They're just like clouds who come up in your head. And maybe it would stay for a little moment, but eventually it will pass away. This too shall pass. And so, may this reminder always remind you that there is really no such thing as a good thing or a bad thing. You can never really be lucky or unlucky in life. It's just a series of moments that you have to live by and appreciate. And it is your duty to not to attach to them, but know that everything is temporary and everything will pass, especially your struggles. So that's it for this episode. I hope that you got something from it. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for listening to the daily podcast. Please share it and let them know that you're listening to day 2 of the podcast. Thank you so much. If you're watching this on Facebook, YouTube, or in any other streaming platform, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm just so happy that you guys are in this support, in really supporting yourself with this. Hopefully, I can see you at the end of this up to day 100. But share this on Instagram. Don't forget to tag me at Alec Cuenca, right? Day 2, hashtag day 2. And just always remember that, if you want to be a part of the show as well, you can send some message, send some favorite quotes, and make a topic out of it. So yeah, thank you so much. My name is Alec Cuenca. This is Small Talk, Small Conversation with huge impact. And I will see you guys tomorrow for another episode. Peace.